Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.
Hello friends, welcome to channel DevDBQA. In this video we will see how to set up TestRail. So in today's video we will add a project in the TestRail software. So guys, if you are new to this channel, then please subscribe and press the bell icon to get regular updates. On this channel you can get videos related to manual testing, automation testing and programming languages as well. So guys, let's start with our today's video. So first of all we need to add a project in the TestRail. So for that we can click on this button, add project, and we can also click on this button over here to add a project. So first of all I will click on this button, add project. So it will ask for some details of the project. The project setup is displayed. So first of all we will name the project as test project. Next field is the announcements field. In the announcements fields we can give the link to our, for example, GitHub repository, or we can give our link to the repository where our requirements are present, or any bug tracker tool we can give. So basically these are the details for this project that we are creating. So let me give, for example, I will give details as test details. Okay, so this is the just for an example. In the real life example, in the real life projects, we give the real details of the project repository or the knowledge base or the bug tracking tool that are present for the project. We give all the details in the announcements field. So next is show the announcement on the overview page. So if we select this option, so these details will be displayed on the overview page along with the project name. So down there, here are some different hierarchies that are present. So first of all is use a single repository for all the cases. So it is the recommended one, so we should follow this hierarchy for our test cases. So it suggests that a single test suite is easy to manage and flexible enough to most projects with no or few concurrent versions. You can use sections and subsections to further organize your test cases. So in this hierarchy we will get a single folder. Inside that we will create our test cases, and we can also add sections in the test cases and the subsections inside the test cases to organize our test cases. Whereas in the second one it says use a single repository with baseline support. So in it, use a single test suite with the additional option to create baseline to manage multiple branches of your test cases at the same time. So in this option there are multiple branches of the test cases will be created at the same time. This is ideal if you need to test multiple projects versions in parallel. So this hierarchy is followed when there are multiple software releases for our software and we have to test all the releases parallelly, then we can follow this type of hierarchy. So it will use the same test cases for different branches, and we can execute all the test cases at the same time. And the last one is use multiple test suites to manage cases. So in this, multiple test suites can be useful to organize your test cases by functional areas and application modules on the test suite level. This is the traditional mode of TestRail and is automatically used to upgrade projects. So the last one, in this we make the test suite according to the functionalities or the different modules of the software which we are using. So for example in our software there are different modules, such as one is login, another is the admin panel. So according to this there are different test suites will be created according to the modules that are present in the software. So it is the traditional model of TestRail and is automatically upgraded to most of the projects. So these are the details on the project tab. Now we will move to the access tab. So here we can give access to the different users of the software or the application. So first of all, we have to create users in the TestRail QA software. Then all the users will be displayed under the user tab, and if there are any groups present, then the groups will be displayed under the groups tab. Okay, so first of all, the default access we have to select is, from this drop down we can select global role, so it will give the access to this project to everybody. Second is no access, it will not give access to anybody on the project. The third one is read only access, and the next is tester, designer and lead. So whichever option we select, the access will be given to the group. So for example, tester is, we have selected tester, so all the users which are having the role as tester will be given access to this project. Okay, so if we select designer, then all the designers of the project are given access to this project, right? So in this we will select global role, so it will give access to everybody and all the accesses will be given. So next is, we can select individual access for individual users as well. So for example, the admin is present here, so in this example there is only single user is present, and now the role is displayed in this next column, and the third column is project access. So when we click on this drop down, we can give the access which we are required. So if we give the global role, so this user will have the access to every functionality of the project. If we give the read only, so the user will have only read only access. If we give tester, designer or lead, so this user will have only the access to only the selected functionality that we have selected, right? So now since this user is admin, so this is not applicable for this user, because admin will have access to every functionality of the project. Next, so this is the functionality that is present in the access tab. Next we have is defects tab. So in defects tab, we can set up how we want to log the defects in the software for our test cases. For that, we have to give the defect view URL, we have to give the defect add URL. So the defect view URL is the URL on which if we hit this URL and give the ID of that defect, then the defect details should be displayed to the user. And the defect add URL is that if we hit this URL, then the new page will be displayed in which we can put in the details of the defect and we can create a new defect, right? So defect plugin, there is a drop down for defect plugin in which we can select. So there are different softwares that we can select. For example, Bugzilla is there, GitHub, Jira Cloud, Jira REST, Jira SOAP, Lighthouse, Mantis. So these are the different bug management softwares that are present. So these are the plugins that we can use for our defect management. And there is the option to install Jira add-on in the TestRail. So so there is the option to add this Jira add-on to this TestRail software. So we will look into this in further videos. Now in this video I will tell you only that how we have to set up the project. So that's all for this defect tab. Next is references tab. In this we can write the references view URL, references add URL and the references plugin. So this is similar to the defects tab in which we have defect view, defect add and defect plugin. So the reference view URL is the URL in which we give the URL, and when we hit this URL, the requirements or the user stories will be displayed to the user. And the reference add URL are that in which if we hit this URL, then a form or the template will be displayed to the user in which he or she can write the requirements or the user stories for the project. And the third option is references plugin. So here there are similar software that were present in the defect tool, through which we can use the plugin and we can use the software for our references management. So these are the details that we have to give to add project in the TestRail software, and then we will click on add project. So it will create the project with the project name that we have given. So as you can see, the message is displayed, you have created your first project, and the details of the project are present here. So we have not added any test case or any milestone in the project, that's why this is showing all the 0. So in the next video we will see how we can add the test cases, or we can add to do, milestones. We will add test run, test results, test cases, and the report generation in the next few videos. So guys, please subscribe and press the bell icon to get regular update on the next videos. If you like the video, then please hit the like button, and if you have any suggestions, then please comment in the comment section. Thank you.